Good morning, Morai Rabotai, Beruchim Abayim. Welcome everyone. We're continuing on Masechet Makkot, and we are by the beginning of the third perek, Yud Gimel, Amud Aleph. Today's Amud is being learned as a schut for the Neshama of Esther Bat Naftali Tzvi Levi, and a schut for Yehuda ben Asher and Anael Bat Ziporam. Yimala Hashem et kol mishalot libam letova Be'ezrat Hashem, is dedicated by Menachem Kashanyan, dedicated for the Refuah Shelema of Mordechai Afshin ben Shoshana Shahnaz, Shuv Refuah Shelema Be'ezrat Hashem, Amen. Specifically dedicated for Refuah Shelema of Rachel Simcha Bat Nahid, that should have full recovery, Refuah Shelema Be'ezrat Hashem, Amen. This week's learning of the community has been dedicated by the Dayan family, Kohen family, and Shei families, that should have ultimate schut for all of their families and family members. Amen. Now, before we start the third perek, maybe we'll just speak a little bit of interesting rate on the topic of the second perek of the Rotzeach and the Goel Hadam, the family members that are going after the Rotzeach to kill. Relating to this week's parasha as well. You can't really skip it when you're dealing with Parashat Pinchas. We mentioned that the Rambam writes that, following a machloket that we had in the Gemara, that if you have a rotzeach b'shogeg, someone killed accidentally and he's running now to Arei Miklat, that the Goel Adam, the immediate family members of the deceased, of the murdered person, could go after him and kill him, right? And the Gemara said, either has a mitzvah or a permission to kill this guy running to Arei Miklat. How about other people? If a bystander sees somebody that accidentally killed someone and now running to Arei Miklat, can he kill him or not? So it was machloket Tanaim in the Gemara. Rambam paskins in Chod Rotzeach that the bystander cannot kill the Rotzeach. If you are not the Goel Adam, it's asur for you to touch him. You can't kill him. The family members could kill him before he gets to Arei Miklat. Soon as he steps within the tchum, within the 2,000 amot of the Ir Miklat, nobody could touch him. But on the way, the family members could kill him. But by a bystander, a third party, cannot touch him. It's Rambam Paskins. But says the Rambam, if the third party, someone completely not related to the story, saw him and killed him, what happens now? Now, well, before we read the Rambam, what would me and you say? Well, it should come out in our logic that this person is like a Joe in the street. If you kill another person that you see walking in the street deliberately, what happens? You should get killed, right? And as far as we are concerned, Rambam is paskening that you have no reshut, you have no allowance to kill this person. So you should be put to death for that if you kill him. But Rambam interestingly says that if a third party, non-related person, kills the Rotzeach who's running to Arei Miklat, he's not killed. And of course the bomb question is, why? Why wouldn't he be killed? He is like a regular person, regular civilian. Why wouldn't he get killed if you kill him? Right? So that's the big question in this sugya. Now, for understanding this, you have to understand another Gemara first. The Gemara says in Masechet Sanhedrin that when a person is being pursued by someone to be killed, someone's running after someone with a knife, wants to stab them, wants to kill them, the person that is being pursued is allowed. You don't have to say, wait, let me tase you and take you to bed. You can kill him, right? You can turn around and kill the guy. Someone's coming to kill you, you pursue him, you kill him first, and done. Not only you could kill him, but if I, as a bystander, as a third party, I see him chasing you, I have a mitzvah to kill him as well. Right? If I'm a sniper, if I have a gun, I am mechuyav to take my gun out and shoot the guy dead who is pursuing to kill somebody else. Says the Rambam, that is only when you could do yachol lehatzilo be'achad me'evarav. It would be different. It's only if you can't break his foot, break his head, cut off his arm. You could only kill him. He can't be very specific. When he is too close and you're too, subrachin and not thinking straight, you just could kill him. That's fine. But if you are a third party who is a professional killer, and you could aim, you're a sniper, you could just knock his knees out, or you can knock his ear out, right? So you could get him like that. Then, if you kill him, you get killed. You're not allowed to kill him just blanket head like that. If you could disable him and disarm him and stop him from pursuing, you must stop him without killing him. You can neutralize him without killing him. You should be neutralizing him without killing him. And if you killed him, then you're in trouble. Then you get killed. That's the second halacha. Right? Now, what happens if you have the person himself that is being pursued that could kill him? Does he also have to be careful to knock him out and neutralize him if he can? Or maybe he could just kill him because he's the one being pursued. Maybe the halacha of yachol lehatzilo be'achad me'evarav is only said about the third party, me as a bystander. Maybe I could only neutralize him if I could, and I'm only allowed to kill him if I can't neutralize him. But you who are being pursued, you could kill him without asking questions. Even if you could neutralize him, you could still kill him. Because he is habal orgecha, he's pursuing your life, and you could kill him. We'll get to that in just a moment, right? But what happens if I kill somebody that is already going to be dead? He's tarif, he's terefa, we spoke about this, right? If you kill somebody that is going to be dead, right, is going to be dead, then that person, you're not chayav mita for killing him. If a person has a terminal illness, he's terefa, he's going to be dead in 2 months, right? If you kill that person, you don't get killed. It's asur to kill him, but if you kill him, he's not going to be an avera that you will be put to death for. Now, why is this so important? All of this is very important because of a famous Mishnah Lamelech. Comes around the Mishnah Lamelech, one of the main mefarshei Rambam, one of the main commentators on the Rambam. And Mishnah Lamelech says a massive chiddush. He says, this whole halacha that we just spoke about, that you, the sniper, the third party, cannot kill the pursuer if you could neutralize him, if you could just break his foot, knock out his gun, cut off his hand, whatever it is that he will be neutralized, you're not allowed to kill. That's only for the third party. Says the Mishnah Lamelech, but the person being pursued himself, he doesn't have to think about these things. He could turn around and cut the person to pieces. He could kill him. Even if you could neutralize him, you could still kill him. He doesn't have that restriction of having to neutralize and think before he acts of how can I do the minimum damage. I could do the maximum damage, no problem. Right? We'll come back to this in just a moment. But now that we know this Mishnah Lamelech, now what's the halacha of the person who is not related, who's not Goel Adam, who's not a family member of this deceased? In other words, somebody killed somebody b'shogeg, accidentally. He is running for his life from the Goel Adam, from the family members. He's trying to get himself to the safe zone of Arei Miklat. And now you, the third party, you thought maybe you could kill him, whatever it is, and you went and you killed him. Now we mentioned at the very beginning that you should be Hayav Mitah. In logic, right? You killed a regular civilian. But Rambam says you're not Chayav Mitah for killing him. Why? Now, according to what we said, you could shed some light. Because this person who is running could be killed by the Goel Hadam. Right? He could be, he's dead meat. He is Chayav Mitah, not in a sense of the word that could be killed by anyone, but he could be killed by Goel Adam. At this moment, he could be killed. The three people, there's Goel Adam running after him, he's running, and you're the third party, right? The Goel Adam would kill him, he would be off the hook. No problem. Maybe he has a mitzvah to kill him even, right? So therefore, me killing him is not like me killing a regular person. It's almost like me killing a terefa that would have been dead anyways. And if I kill someone that may have been dead, I don't get a death penalty. So that's one understanding in this Rambam. But now, let's talk about the Rotzeach turning around and trying to kill the person that's coming to pursue him. In other words, you are running to Arei Miklat. I just killed someone b'shogeg. I'm running to Arei Miklat. Now I see people coming to kill me, either the Goel Adam or anybody else. What is now my situation? Can I turn around and kill the guy that's coming after me? Or maybe I can't. Is it haba leorgecha ashkem leorgo? Or maybe it's not. So let's talk about the Goel Adam, right? Because it's more complex when you talk about Goel Adam. We mentioned in the Gemara that Goel Adam may have a mitzvah to kill the Rotzeach. He just killed your father, you could go kill him before he gets to the safe zone. And not only that you could, maybe you should. So let's imagine that's a mitzvah for this person. Now Reuben, who killed accidentally, is running, and Shimon is running after him, right? The son of the guy that got killed is running after him to kill him. What's the halacha for Reuben? Can Reuben turn around and kill Shimon? What's the question? The question is, on one hand, he is coming to kill me. I should be able to turn around and kill him. Right? On the other hand, if he has a mitzvah to kill me, maybe I shouldn't be able to kill him because, well, somebody that got a verdict of mitah, a verdict of capital punishment in the Beit Din, and the Beit Din is going to carry out the verdict, can he kill the Beit Din? Of course not. That's the halacha. Halacha is he has to be put to death. So therefore, just maybe, just like when the Beit Din has a mitzvah to kill him, he can't object. Maybe here also he should not be able to object. Or if he did it, he will be liable for the life that he took. Right? Until now, he was Rotzeach b'shogeg. If he now deliberately kills the one pursuing him, maybe now he should be considered a deliberate homicide murderer. So where do you bring raya from this? From this week's parasha. What happens in this week's parasha? Pinchas goes and kills Zimri and Cosby. Zimri, by the way, was a senior Talmid Chacham to Moshe Rabbeinu. He was a tremendously massive Talmid Chacham, right? and way, way older than Moshe Rabbeinu. And he comes with this woman, the daughter of one of the 5 kings, and then, he stuns Moshe Rabbeinu and he goes to his tent with this woman, with this Midianite. Then, Pinchas goes to Moshe and says, wow, he said, Haba al Aramid, Kanain, Pogimbo. Isn't the halacha that they get killed? Moshe Rabbeinu said, yes, correct, do it. Right? So he has a mitzvah now to go kill Zimri ben Salu and Kozvi Batsur. And that's exactly what he does. And yet, the Gemara in Sanhedrin says, had Zimri turned around as Pinchas comes to the tent to kill him, had he turned around and killed Pinchas, he would be patur. Why? Haba le'orgecha, hashkem le'orgo. Pinchas is pursuing you. It's not a chiyuv betin to kill you. It's not an obligation from the betin. It's a halacha of kana'in pogimbo. If you're zealous, you could kill them. You're allowed to kill them. Maybe mitzvah to kill them. But it's not an obligation of betin to kill them. So therefore, because it's not an obligation of the betin, you, Pinchas, with all the famous story of Pinchas, you are a pursuer. And if Zimri would turn around and kill Pinchas first, it would be completely fine. So from here you see, right, that by the case of Goel Adam, also, even though that the Goel Adam has a allowance or even a mitzvah to kill this person, if he would turn around and kill him, he would be just fine. And maybe he should do it because Haba le'orgecha, hashkem le'orgo. But here is a problem. Here's a problem. The Mishnah al-Melech that we mentioned is a very problematic Mishnah al-Melech. Again, Mishnah al-Melech says that the fact that you have to minimize your damages when you could break his knees or break his head or cut his hand off or disarm him or neutralize him, you must do that if you can. Says the Mishnah, that's only for me, for a third party. But the guy being pursued could kill him blanket. It's a blanket heter. You could kill him, even if you could neutralize him, you could still kill him, right? That's what he said. So problem with it is the following Gemara that we learned. The Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin Daf Memtet says that Yoav ben Sruya, who David HaMelech told Shlomo to kill him, Yoav ben Sruya was the head of the army of David HaMelech, and he killed 2 of the heads, the other heads of the army. One of them was Avner ben Ner. Right? He tricked him into believing that he liked him. He bent. He killed him. It was not a fair fight. And David HaMelech was very upset with him. But says the Gemara, Shlomo HaMelech actually court-martialed him. And in the court, in the Bedin, he had a great argument. What was this story? He had a personal vendetta against Avner ben Ner because Avner ben Ner years ago had killed his brother. It's a whole story in Tanakh, how they started the 2 armies. Was the army of David HaMelech and army of Shaul. They started a semi-friendly, competition, and within it became too serious. And next thing you knew, Asael ben Sruya, the brother of Yoav ben Sruya, was running after Avner ben Ner to kill him. It was very fast runner, and he was a mighty warrior, just like Yoav, all the brothers were. And he was literally inches away from killing Avner. Avner was warning him, said, stop, stop, and he wouldn't stop. So at some point, Avner was the top warrior of the entire nation. So he turned around and he killed him. So Yoav said, what do you mean? I killed Avner because I was the Goel Adam. It took me a few years, but I am the Goel Adam. So I could have killed him. The lawyers of Avner said, wait a second. You should not have killed him because he was pursued by your brother. He was saving his own life. Remember this story, right? You have to keep the paper trail. Your brother was coming after him to kill him. It was a mitzvah for him to protect himself. He turned around, killed him, good for him. And Yoav said, no, you're missing one important detail. He could have neutralized him. He should have just cut off his hand. He should have just, hit his foot, break his kneecaps. And the Bet Din said, no, he couldn't. He's literally running after him inches away with the sword. What do you do when you're pursued by such an advanced warrior? You won't be thinking, you'll just kill them. And the argument in Bet Din was, the way Avner killed Asael was such a precise way. He hit him between the ribs in the only place, small area, that one hit and you're gone. So if he could have aimed that well, he could have aimed at his kneecaps as well. And that was a winning argument. He won the court case. He was not killed. He was killed, but not for killing Avner. So say all the Mefarshim in the Minchat Chinuch, many others, say, wait a second. According to Mishnah Melech, you don't have the whole concept of Yachol La'atzilo Ba'achad Me'evarav. You following? According to Mishnah Melech, if someone is pursuing to kill me, and let's say I am so exact and precise, I could break their kneecaps. Do I have to be careful, or can I just kill them? According to Mishnah Melech, you could just kill them. So you see a Gemara explicitly sounding against what the Mishnah Melech says, right? That's Gemara number one. Gemara number two is the Gemara that we just mentioned 2 minutes ago, by this week's parasha. The Gemara says, if Pinchas would have turned around and, the Cosby and Zimri would have turned around and killed Pinchas, it would be completely patur. We'll be good to go. So all the Mefarshim ask the following question. Says, wait a second. Why would Pinchas be put to death by Zimri? Why would Zimri be allowed to kill him? Zimri could do something much easier. He could have done Yachol La'atzilo Ba'achat Be'evarav. He could have saved his own life without killing Pinchas. How can you save your life without killing Pinchas? Very simple. The halacha is Haboel Aramit Kanain Pogimbo. Someone that is in the midst of the act of Boel Aramit, Kanaim could kill him. A zealous person could kill him. If he is done with the Aramit, can you kill him? Absolutely not. So all Cosby and Zimri had to do would be, as soon as you see Pinchas coming, just separate. That's all they had to do. If Zimri would have just separated himself from Cosby, at that moment Pinchas can't kill him. You with me? So that would seem like Yachol La'atzilo Ba'achad. The Kasha Odim Fashim How on the Gemara. But according to Mishnah Melech, this Gemara is amazing. Because according to Mishnah Melech will tell you, well, yes he could, but he didn't have to. He could wait there until Pinchas comes and he will turn around and kill him because you are the one who's pursued. And the one who is pursued could actually kill the person without having concerns about Yachol La'atzilo Ba'achad Me'evarav, of saving himself with cutting one limb or damaging and neutralizing the pursuer partially, right? So see, one Gemara that seems like a question on him, one Gemara that is a support, but that's a fascinating Mishnah Melech in the Halachot of Rotzeach, talking about the Shita of the Rambam, and that really concludes some of the very geschmack parts of the discussion in Chelek Bet relating to this week's parasha. Let's at least start the Mishnah, just the line, because we want to start the Perek. This is where Masechet Makkot really starts. Until now, the two prakim previous have been like a preface to Masechet Makkot. We went on tangent this way and a tangent that way, but Masechet Makkot speaks about, of course, Makkot, lashes, and these are the people who get lashes. Now, before we start, maybe we should just give a little preface, right? And that will be what we do today. The Torah has 613 mitzvot, 365 lavim. you get malkut for any of the lavim of the Torah if you knowingly transgress doing something. So in other words, for positive mitzvot, you don't get lashes, right? If you don't eat Sudat Shabbat, if you say that's the right time, if you don't put on tefillin, you don't get lashes. Even the don't do's, if you transgress them by just sitting around and doing nothing, right? That also you won't get. Love she'en bo maaseh, a love that doesn't have any action in it. You also don't get malkut. Or a lav hanitak la'aseh, a lav, a don't do, that has a fix mentioned in the Torah. Don't steal, but if you stole, return, hashavat ha'gezelah, return the stolen object. You don't get lashes. But any other regular lav, a don't do in the Torah, that you transgress by an action, if you do that deliberately with warning, you get lashes. 40 minus 1, 39 lashes. We try to replicate it on Erev Kippur, right? You know, like, you know, there's nothing like actual lash that they had. We'll learn right in the beginning what the malkut looked like, and you'll see that what we do over here is it's kid stuff. But the Maaseh, that is when you get malkut. Now we have to discuss. Well, if you do a lav, then you get karet for that lav. Do you get also malkut? How about a lav that you get mitat pedin? You will be put to death for it. You get malkut also on top of it? No, first we lash you and then we kill you? Or do we say, oh, well, it's enough. He's being killed. Let's let him off malkut. All of those things, the exceptions to the rules and the rules, will be discussed B'ezrat Hashem in this wonderful, wonderful third parak of Makkot. Looking very much forward to learning it with you guys tomorrow. Exactly.